Is there anything that was reported, Thomas, that you found to be untrue besides your involvement?
I think a bunch of it was. I think obviously there's still contention over time about where a lot of the LP money went. It's understandable. I mean, a lot about all this stuff was covered. It's like an amalgam of all the FUD in the last year or so, including War on Rugs, which I thought was really funny. And, you know, some of this is based on the DX sale and or no, was it the DX Locker report and the Hash report, all those old ones.
Baton, you're hot, Micah. Please be yourself if you can. Thomas, I have a quick question. You don't have to answer. You don't have to answer at all if you don't want to. But I was wondering, obviously, the ending of the video is very interesting, right? So I was wondering, he made it, sure. At least he made it. He made it.
Context. But,
what's that?
Oh, I think that quote was brought out of context a little bit.
That was going to be my question. So was that, how doctored is that last part of that video?
I think it makes it look bad. I mean, I was talking about some other stuff that's between he and I. So I kind of have to deal with that. I asked him to have some discretion, which was good, and he did. And I understand, like, he and I did speak about a lot of the, you know, the stuff that he spoke about me in the video. So, and I understand his contention with that, and the same as everyone else. Even these experts that go and look and they say that, you know, there's 100 miller that have got control of things, but I don't. And I kind of encourage anybody that if you have an address that you think is mine, then just send me the address and I can probably explain to you based on my old messages, like what happened there, which to date, I don't think no one's done.
I just have one question for you,
Tom. It's overwhelmingly difficult to defend. Yeah?
I just have one question. At the end of the video, I don't know if it was cut a certain way, but do you honestly think that John stole money? I guess that's the one question I have for you, and I wish you the best.
This one's a new one for me, actually. He showed me some shit. I don't know. I think that's something he's going to have to address. What happened to the LP? Like the V2 stuff? What's going on with the Gabe wallet? I know what the Gabe wallet is. And that's a wallet that's controlled by Tano. Tano's an older company that I was in with John. So its continued use after everybody left Tano is a little weird to me. And what happens with it is a little weird to me. So I don't know. That's a little tricky from an accounting perspective. So I don't know how I feel about that. Actually, that is fairly contentious. It obviously looks pretty bad.
R2's got his hand up. Go ahead, R2.
Hey, Thomas, quick question for you. Have you talked to John at all in the past few weeks? You know, in
not my last few weeks.
When was the last time you spoke with him, if you don't mind?
Geez, when was that? It was about a week after I was in New York. It was the last time I spoke to him. So pretty recently, but it was more like, hey, how's it going?
Do you still have an amicable relationship with him? Are you guys friends, or?
I mean, if things are the way that I saw them, I don't know. I don't think so.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for coming up. Thanks for coming up and answering questions.
Real quick, let me just make sure. Thomas, are you cool with this? That you're just fielding questions right now? It seems like that's what.
I mean, I don't mind fielding questions. I mean, I think it's probably gonna bring me just as much heat as the last time I brought up concerns to the community, and it's kind of like, you know, the truth is the truth at the end of the day, right? Look at it objectively. Shit happened, obviously. And I have no issue presenting the history of Safemoon as it was. there's some stuff that I can't talk about because it's involved with the lawsuit.
Thomas.
That's my big opportunity to I feel like this lawsuit and, talking to Coffee a little bit and talking to the community is a good way for me to clear my name, because there's a lot of bullshit that's going around. I want to make sure that this sort of thing can't just happen to creators. This is insane to me. Also on the side,
All right, Thomas, got a question for you.
Hold on,
Yeah.
Mark. We're using Hasbro, so you got to wait your turn.
I was going to start an argument right now. Are you, Beto?
Go ahead, Beto. We're gonna go Beto, and then I believe Brain, then one hoverboard, then Mark.
I want to know, Thomas. There's a lot of speculation on how the team was built in the beginning. Could you give us a rundown of? We know that Kyle was the one who launched Safemoon. Who was brought in? At what point in time? Who was brought in? And what their roles were upon being added to the team.
Okay. So in the early days, I brought on Trevor and Hardman first, and then we brought on John a couple days later. Just trying to think of. Yeah, it was on the 12th, March 12th. I brought him on. And the reason why John over anybody else is because I was already under contract with John through Tano, that I had to bring in anything that I had external to Tano. So if you wanted a specific reason.
So when you brought John in, it was just you and Kyle.
And those two others, yeah.
Just kind of to add to that question, in regards to the allegations about John and the relationships that you guys had with him, why was it so hostile with him? Why was it so toxic with John there?
It wasn't. I don't think it was at first. I don't think anything ever is at first. But then, over time, our differences kind of grew a little bit more stark for the direction of Safemoon. So, for me, I'm a big fan of peer-to-peer decentralized systems and community-run things. And that's what I build, right? But it became more and more centralized over time. It became more and more, let's not lock it. It became more and more, let's not do this or that. So, much to Ryan's same concerns. It was about, you've got some people who can build some pretty cool things, and we're not able to because of this one reason or another. As a CTO, you're supposed to be able to hire your own devs. I wasn't able to do that when I was there. It was selected for me. So,
who brought Jack in? Who brought Jack in?
Beto, you keep asking questions. We got hands here.
It's part of the same kind of the makeup of the early team. It's relevant.
I understand. Go ahead.
It's all there. Jack's comes with that.
I didn't understand that, Thomas. Can you repeat that?
The UK team was part of that stuff.
All right, Matt. We can move on. Thank you.
Let's Brian, you're gonna go next. All right. I know you come with the fastballs. All right. So Thomas, make sure you're ready to hit.
Well, I'm gonna ask, again, I understand that this is involving some real serious shit. So you don't have to answer if you don't feel like answering. I saw the video just like everyone else, and so I'm just going to ask questions based off of what I saw in the video.
Right.
And I have one main question and then another question if you feel like answering it. My main question is, how much truth is there to the claim that you were paid off to not talk about what John Caroni is currently doing with Safemoon?
I don't think anybody was paid off.
I believe he was saying that Kyle and you were both paid off to go away.
No, no, not at all. I'm sitting here now talking about shit that.
I'm just going off the video, bro.
Yeah,
Wait, there was
that's
a
okay.
screenshot of a blockchain transaction that shows that John Caroni's alleged wallet sent $3 million to Kyle Nagy or Safemoon Dev.
Yeah, there, Kyle.
Right, but within the context of a hush payment, you'd think that that would happen after, right? But I mean,
so Safemoon Dev essentially got paid $3 million for his quote unquote work for Safemoon.
and that's more of a those guys kind of deal.
Yeah. Let's not get him involved with that. If there's nothing with Thomas, like personally, then let's move on. And then my last question, Thomas, and then we can move on. I was just gonna say, do you feel like telling anything to any of these guys in here? Like, there was evidence in that video that you stole money from the liquidity pool itself.
Right, I wouldn't call any of that evidence that I stole anything.
I mean, I'm just, again, I'm reiterating the way what Coffee said.
Those are allegations, Brain.
Okay, fair enough. We can move on.
I mean, it's like I was saying before, if someone wants to like give me some transactions, or you know, if someone wants some clarification on what happened during that time, I don't mind giving clarification. It's actually something that the authors of the Spaghetti Map didn't even. I mean, they tried. It was a very hostile kind of thing at first, but we all know that history. But so something that I decided along the way, probably why you didn't see me talk about it sooner. Now that's all kind of coming to a head. It's literally, I was kind of waiting for one of these situations where I would have to be deposed in order to talk about it, which I'm more than happy for that kind of a situation. So I don't mind going under oath. That's cool.
So I just have two quick questions for you. First of all, do you think that's my first question.
Cut out. You cut out there.
Cut out there.
You cut out.
Yeah.
When I ask that again.
Repeat that, and you cut out really bad.
Do you think John Caroni should sell Safemoon, and do you think that would be in the best interests of the Army?
That's an interesting question. My personal view on it, should he? I mean, maybe he has some other problems that he needs to deal with that he doesn't need to drag you guys down with.
I appreciate that answer. It sounds like you've kind of.
It's just, I'm not trying to flutter anything with that one either. It's just kind of being real about it. That's all. Which I think, I mean, there's no sense in me I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything here. So, and I realize I'm going to catch a lot of FUD and a lot of nonsense.
I hear you.
Just kind of telling the truth of it.
We appreciate the transparency. And my second question, this is my last one for you, is do you, with all these promises of the blockchain and the exchange and Phoenix and stuff, like, was there things on the back end that were truly happening, or do you think that?
I mean, that's something for sure. Yeah. So anything that he talked about, there was stuff going on in the background. Did all of us believe in that shit? No, not all of us believed in it. It's not like what we want to do with our lives and stuff. That's why some of us moved on. But there was definitely happenings happening, and I can't speak for any time that while I wasn't there. But while we were there, anything that we talked about, our wheels were spinning, and we did produce on. Be it trying to do partnerships or building out code for what we were trying to do. So, yeah, all that stuff had progress.
Is it me now? We'll go with that.
All right,
Thomas.
You're gonna go right now, Mark. But Venom, Matt, or Lil Dev, somebody, one of you check your DMs and do that for me. Go ahead, Mark.
Thomas.
What did you say?
Thomas, if you were concerned that there's more that could come out after this revelation than it already has, is there more there that we've not been shown yet to be concerned about?
I was definitely shown something a couple days ago that I had never seen before. But also, probably the reason why I didn't see it is because it happened after I was there.
I mean, really,
there's plenty we don't know about. I have no idea.
No.
To be honest, I don't know if there's going to be more. This is addressing a ton of the FUD over the last year or so, and like 99% of it is answerable. The stuff that I can't like reconcile are, you know, there's the V2 the like people have verified there's $10 million that are missing from the V2 LP for Safemoon swap. And there was a lot of exchange. Or sorry, no, there's a lot of like LP upgrade withdrawal, and you put your stuff back in, take it out. Sorry, we messed up. You know, put it back in now. Stuff that was happening, and at first I was thinking maybe stuff got lost in that shuffle, but it's still in the treasury wallet. You know, it doesn't really need to be there. But I'm not. I don't run Safemoon, so
Okay, cool.
I think some of that stuff maybe like I don't know.
There was there was mention as well of somebody tracking that like $102 million was drawn off the liquidity between sometime in the end of December and I think it was beginning of February or the end of January. Do you know anything about that? Knowledge of what happened there? I know you wasn't there. I mean, just
There was no. Actually, I have no idea. Weird. Like I
okay.
know there was a lot of LP moving that happened during that time, but I'm not sure for what. I think it probably something to do with migration, the V1, V2, the Safemoon swap LP stuff that happened. I'm assuming it's related to that.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, let's I don't know who was first, Bootsy or Crypto Control. But if one of you guys want to delegate it to each other.
Matt, check your DMs and when you can.
Crypto Control can go first.
Hey, Thomas.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Cool.
So I guess the two most concerning things in that video would be to know if, well, for one, the part where Hank said that he basically accused, and it's just an accusation, but John of wanting to rug the LP. I was wondering if you could provide maybe a perspective to that, and then the other thing would be just providing more perspective to where Safemoon gets all its money and how if that 5% fee that was supposed to go to Liquidity, where that might have gone. Like, is there an outside perspective that maybe we're not seeing? So.
Right. So the reason why Hank would be talking about that, and I don't want to speak for other people, but I mean, it's kind of like a thing that we talked about a bunch. There were a lot of internal arguments over whether to lock the LP or not. So we were kind of pushing for it. I think you guys can tell what John's opinion of that was afterwards by him calling that an antiquated practice that, DeFi projects do, and they're a tech company, which is kind of like signaling, it's going centralized. It's kind of, we wanted to lock it because we didn't need the money. And that's in the video too. So yeah, there's constant arguments about that. So.
Okay, so where did you guys, that's one thing I've been thinking a lot about lately, and obviously you know this, but I'm like, where do they get all their money from if they don't have a marketing wallet?
It's kind of something that not a lot of crypto projects talk about, is that if you're listed on a centralized exchange, typically a market maker is required. You can do it without market making, but yeah, there you have it. Those things are seeded, they're traded regularly. Sometimes the organizations can make money off of that. They can lose it all the same, but it's, yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks.
Hey, Thomas.
Thomas.
I have a
Really
question.
quickly. I just want to ask really quickly. That wallet that Zilla posted, was that really John Crony's? Can you confirm or deny that?
Which one? Does it end with 6ABE?
I can't even remember. But he posted that wallet towards the end of the video. He disclosed that he had John's wallet and he also had Safemoon Dev's wallet. And then yeah, I don't know if you got a chance to look at those. But Was that really John Crony's wallet?
If it was 6ABE, that's a Tano controlled wallet. Let me go back and look.
We're gonna go to Bootsy right after this.
Hey guys, I have a question. Thomas, are you under any NDAs at this current time?
Okay, so this is actually a really good question, and the reason why I'm kind of like coming forward and like talking more about this stuff. Oh yeah, Coffee wants to talk. So my NDA with Tano is in gross violation, and that's why I told Coffee that I felt like John committed fraud with that. Because it's not just me; it's all of the other people that worked at Tano that founded it. They also have the same issue.
So does that mean you cannot answer certain questions? Like if I ask you, were you aware or have seen any type of corruption or any type of collusion while you were at Safemoon or before or after?
Corruption or collusion? What do you mean?
Did you see any fraudulent type of
Holy
activities
shit,
while
boys,
you
we're
were there?
dropping hard.
Matt, read your DMs. Sorry, Thomas, go ahead.
Did I see any fraud take place? No, I didn't see any fraud take place.
So these are just allegations, right? That there's no evidence to prove that this is all factual, correct?
These are all allegations, right? Even now, seeing the new weird movement from what happened with that V2 LP stuff, even externally looking at it, I have a problem with looking at that and saying, you know, okay, maybe this looks bad, but I don't know because there's no context, there's no label. John has an opportunity to come out and kind of.
Understood. One more question. What is your thoughts on the V2 contract? I'm also a developer, mostly in C#. What is your thoughts on the V2 contract once it was launched? Do you feel, based on the video, that it was a botched job? There should have been a little more emphasis and more coding done to help people coming from V1 to V2. Did you agree with what John did by applying the 100% tax?
No, I don't agree with any of that stuff. I came out and told people how I felt about it the night that I found out. They did the deployment. I looked at the code and people were asking me questions about it. I had to come out on that space and tell everyone that I didn't write it. It's a proxy contract. I still feel like it wouldn't pass an audit.
Okay, appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
So there's a whole bunch of stuff that I don't agree with that went down. Like 100% tax? Are you kidding? You're doing airdrop. That's how I feel, and I caught a lot of heat about it, and I still will, I'm sure. It's just like,
hey Thomas, can you quickly clarify what you meant by the wallet being owned by that company or controlled by the company?
I'm sorry, Dev, but we gotta go to Bootsy now. He's been waiting forever.
My apologies. Go ahead, Bootsy.
No worries.
Thanks. Hey, Thomas. I see you down there, Coffee. I did have a couple of wallets that you might be able to help me with. If we can get in touch on Discord, we can do it totally off the record. I just need some clarification.
Oh, sure. What's up?
Yeah, I'll just, if you have the time later on, I would like to do a little off the record interview so we can get some clarification on some wallets, because you mentioned earlier nobody brought them to you. I'd love to bring some to your attention so you can help.
Okay. Yeah, and you know, like I'll say this to anybody, even if someone says something negative about me. Like right now, I'm looking at all this shit. Like I've got answers for this. So
Yeah, and that's why.
I mean,
I've tried to reach out in the past. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to talk. But if you have the time, it can be fully off the record. I just need to know what I'm looking at on some of the stuff.
Yeah, I can help you label these things.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
I hear that CoffeeZilla is here. I can't see your profile picture. If you want to come and speak, feel free to request. I'm hearing from a lot of people that Twitter is kind of tweaking, at least on iOS right now. So doing the best I can up here.
Yeah, it booted me off. It's glitching.
Go ahead, John.
Hey, Thomas. So the part, I don't know, forgive me if we talked about this already, but the part that I was most interested in was the reflections coming back from BitMart and not being put into the liquidity pool. Do you have any knowledge of that? I mean, you were there when they
After,
were listed
yeah, I
on
was there.
BitMart, so
I
you would
was
have
there.
been in the mix, right?
Yeah. So watching all that go down. So when the USD would come back from those USDT would come back from those exchanges, that was out of my control and went to a wallet that I didn't have.
So you didn't have any direct knowledge of what happened there.
No, my involvement with that part of it was verifying what's going on with the exchange. So once I verified the math, then an amount was sent, and I have just no control after that point.
And do you remember if you noticed significant buybacks, transactions happening at that time to match? Is that something you would have noticed or no?
I know. What I remember from that the most is that it took forever. Because they wanted to do things manually, but.
All right, because that was definitely the part I thought was most interesting, right? I think a lot of the talk about the discussions on the fees and all that, and where did the money go to, and how did Corona get paid, has been something that a lot of people have wondered. So I thought that was very interesting detective work. Bootsy, shout out to you for the appearances in the movie, in the 40-minute movie.
I'm sorry, a bunch of people just tried calling me all at the same time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, my phone just crashed, but I reconnected quickly. Can everybody hear me? Are we still here?
You're good.
Yeah, you're good. No, hey, Twitter's bugging out right now.
Twitter's bugging. Yeah.
Bad, man. Everybody's DMing me because they
What
pissed off.
timing?
Coffeezilla broke Twitter today.
All right.
Yeah, if Coffeezilla wants to come up, please request. We can't find you.
I
so
found him.
Please,
I sent
please.
him a.
Hey guys, I know Coffee's
He's down on the
trying to come up
bottom.
here.
Just chill though. He might be busy, so just chill.
I've got a roll though. People keep calling me, but I'll be back later.
Thanks, Thomas.
Coffee, I saw
Hey, Thomas.
Coffee, I saw your message. I'll ping you here in a minute.
Thomas, quick question: is the FBI investigation ongoing or is that closed?
The FBI investigation that went around, that I was told it was closed.
Hey Thomas, just one last question before you run. Cheers, man. I take it you watched the CoffeeZilla video. Okay, so not going into the weeds of it. After watching it and thinking about it, were you overly surprised by the content, or did it kind of make sense?
Not surprised.
Okay, that
All
says it all.
Hey,
Thank you,
Thomas. Thank you for coming in here, fielding all the questions, walking right into the storm. We all appreciate it very much. You're welcome back anytime.
Thomas, last words for the Safemoon Army before you go.
I do love you guys, so we'll get through this. It's fine. People can get mad at me for saying that. I don't care. Like, this is an experience that's been close to my heart for a long time. I've been sitting here like nosebleed sessions for a long time to support people. So
you've been pretty transparent, Thomas, over the last few months.
Yeah, you've always talked to us, Thomas. So that's appreciated. Thank you.
And that has to be acknowledged.
All right, I'm out of here, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Peace out, Thomas.
Later.
Take care.
Call John.
I am going to now do my best
Bro,
to get a very fresh panel.
Wild.
What'd I miss?
Nothing much, mate.
You missed Thomas saying, hey, guess what? I don't have an NDA anymore. John's a fraud. I don't want anything to do with that. That's what holy shit. I just finished that video.
Gene keys.
Listen, I see requests. I'm going through them now. I'm doing my best.
I don't see any. Mark, any thoughts since you just finished watching that?
14 requests, Beto.
Holy.
It was pretty weird. It was a well put together video. A lot of the things that were said were true, and I for the most part that I know of. I don't know all the answers, but I'm more curious what everyone else thinks about it. To be honest.
Hey, Matt, can I get co-host, please?
What?
Toss me co-host invite.
How is everyone else regurgitating that?
Brian,
what surprised me was one thing that I didn't know was that 104 million was taken from the V1 to V2 migration. When I did the calculation, when a friend of mine did, it was around 6 to 8 million.
that was taken in V1. 100 million definitely surprised me.
How is that calculated, though, Mark? How do they
Based
how
on
do they
the
come to that
value of
number?
Safemoon that was lost when it was bought or sold. Like whenever there's a transaction, all of the person's Safemoon would just go directly to the LP, the internal contract, which would be sold down, and the LP tokens minted to the Safemoon team. So they ended up going back to the Safemoon team over time, but it was more like how much Safemoon was lost in that period and how much was that worth. And that's what we did when we determined it was around 6 to 8 million. But that was a while ago, so maybe there was a bunch of new transactions. That was the only thing I was a little confused about. I didn't realize it had tallied that high.
Yeah, I did. I knew it was going back to Safemoon. I knew like the BitMart fees were going back to Safemoon, but I never knew it was going back to the Safemoon team rather than the Safemoon project directly. That was a major red flag, and it's still blowing my mind.
Yeah, no, I think I had maybe hinted at that once or twice before. That wasn't really the thing that blew me away. It was more the amount of value accrued from that V1 thing. Ideally, they can make that right. They have all the tokens still. They could easily just airdrop them to everyone, and that kind of issue goes away.
Yeah, that was going to be my question, Mark. It's still in V1 liquidity, right?
Yeah, well, so the thing is, this isn't even locked liquidity. Like the tokens from V1 migration, those were swap and liquefied. So the LP tokens went to the team. It's not like this is locked liquidity. They could take that back and give it back to the investors. It's more just like if they will, and when, and if they're going to, because all that money's available. That money's not locked. It didn't go to any locker. It's publicly available to be withdrawn.
If they want to restore their credibility, and I hope they're listening to this, they should reimburse those holders.
Yeah, especially if 6 to 8 million is still a lot of money to have go away. But if it actually does tally to 100 million, that would definitely be a thing to do promptly. If I had to, yeah, that blew me away. That was an interesting video. Long, but yeah, a lot of info in there, and it looks like there's a part 2.
There is, which Thomas said they kind of sensationalized the end, and that's kind of what we got from him.
Yeah, fair. It was a little dramatic, but it was pretty cool. It was like the end of a crazy TV series or something season.
Yeah.
It's like it gets you on the edge of your seat for the next one. But I could picture that being dramatized a little bit.
Instant cliffhanger is what I saw it as. You got hands, Sharkan, go ahead.
Oh, now my mic's on. What?
Oh, give me just a minute, guys.
You're good, Sharkan, you're good, and then Six Pack.
I just watched the video and I want to get some feedback from Beto if me and him can still be friends after what we've seen.
Six Pack, let's not make this personal. Let's stick to the information at hand.
My Twitter is absolutely on fucking fire. I have no idea what's going on. The page keeps freezing. If the space crashes, I'm sorry. All right, my Twitter's already crashed 4 times, and I just keep reconnecting to the space.
So,
Matt, can we get another
Matt,
co-host?
that happened the same thing to me. Same thing
Matt,
happened.
can we get another co-host,
I keep
Matt?
throwing out invites, and people are like, I didn't get it.
Yeah, I think.
No, yeah, it's Twitter for sure. It happened to me. I had to keep reopening it too.
So,
finally kicked
Try
me
Mark.
down.
Try Mark.
So, everyone, you guys seen the last part where he said he was talking to Papa? I mean, is that real or is that put together as a video?
Well, that's what he mentioned. He spoke on that a little bit. Them talking is real, but that actual conversation was a bit doctored. He said that
Thomas' word said it was taken out of context. He just answered that a few minutes ago.
Okay.
Yeah, Six Pack
How-
Beto. If you guys have requests, try to bring people up and down. I can't.
I only see one, dude. Like, I don't see anything.
No,
How is it?
I see a bunch of them. Let me start bringing people up. I don't know who is first, so give me a second here, everyone.
Hey, what's up, guys? So let me just say this: if you, I'm trying to be blunt, but I'm trying to be respectful at the same time. If you think I care if you're sub to me, I don't. If you think that this is trash content, that's fine. If you want to talk about who we've got in here, we've got Vino. we've got everybody here. This is important information, and Safemoon Army has proven to me that it's not able to look at anything negative, so therefore it's not a trustworthy source. I am not saying that I trust these guys, but I'm just doing this, like, please unsubscribe for me. I don't care about my subs. I don't care about that. I care about looking at projects honestly and fairly. And if you don't like that, then this channel is not for you. I really appreciate everybody here. You know, CoffeeZilla put out a video. The two concerning things is one, a recorded call of Hank basically accusing John of wanting to rug the liquidity. The other part is the BitMart tax, 5% was supposed to go to our liquidity, and CoffeeZilla basically accuses John of taking that. So kind of where we're at from a realistic perspective is we need to just know the truth, right? So if it can, we just need to know if it can be proven that the LP wasn't touched and that money was used for Safemoon related things and it wasn't taken for personal money, then, you know, Safemoon's fine. I mean, Safemoon's fine either way. I wouldn't support something. I wouldn't support a project if they were taking from the LP. I'll let my whole channel go to hell for that. I don't care. But I'm not going to just turn a blind eye to such a big thing in the space. People saying, oh, this is old news. We already knew that. People didn't know that 5% of the LP wasn't going back into the LP. So thank you, Woody. Thank you, everybody. I believe in Safemoon. Trust me, I rather Safemoon, even if bad things happened, succeed and pay you guys your money. You know what I mean? I want people to make money. So I don't care if I lose 5,000 subscribers. This is not the channel for you if you only want to hear positive things. I definitely don't agree with their perspective. And they say, oh, John's been proven as a liar. Like, no, he hasn't. There is another side to the story, but I just want to hear it. I'm open to the truth. If John's fine and he can prove himself clear, I don't want to be part of a project, and I'll delete my channel. I don't care. I don't want to be part of a project if they're taking from the liquidity pool, and this is something I've been worried about from a while. Everybody keeps investing and buying the dips, and we keep having this hype information, and if it was proven that they are taking from the liquidity pool in some way, or taking money that should have gone into the liquidity pool, then I'm done. And that's kind of what it comes down to me for personally, is I want to know that they didn't take anything from the liquidity pool. And if they didn't, we're good. We're solid in my eyes. So that's kind of what we're trying to figure out, or what I want to know. We'll go check back in with them. Let me read your comments for a second. This is me, Crypto Control, talking. I feel like I just caught my wife in bed with another who's talking. Huddle just added more to my bag. People will come and go. Truth will come out. Yeah, the truth will come out. Truth will come out. I'll be honest, guys, this is basically a FUD space. These people have very negative perspectives of Safemoon, and I don't think that's a realistic perspective either. But ultimately what has to happen is just prove, they just need to show us that they didn't use the LP, take from the LP. Because if they did, then that, to me, like, that's the end of Safemoon. If you took from the LP and you're part of the reason why the price was going down, and CoffeeZilla is still in here, then I'm done with Safemoon. I won't cover this project. And that's something I've been worried about for a while. You know, I've posted a couple videos, but I've just been, you know, I'm like, where did they get all this money? And guys, CoffeeZilla was interviewing the Safemoon Army, and I did one with him. So I have a recording of my interview with CoffeeZilla. One of the things he asked me about was the LP, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where they get their money, and I don't know how much they've taken out of the LP, if they've taken anything. So if they can just prove that to me, then I'm good. I'm back on board. But, you know, if they don't show that, then I don't think I could support a project like that. And I would just, you know, let the Safemoon Army turn on me and let my channel get destroyed. I really don't care about that, because it's more about morals than it is about the hope of being rich. You know what I mean? Let's go check back in and see what they're saying.
One thing I saw in the video that I kind of remembered but didn't really remember for a while was the mentioning of that in the original white papers, they said that the liquidity was kind of automatically locked, or as John said, automated, not automatic, or whatever you pointed out in there. That is interesting because yeah, the actual protocol doesn't lock the LP tokens. It just sells down the Safemoon, pairs the two pairs into LP, and gives the LP tokens to the owner of the protocol, which is just a normal externally owned wallet. So I didn't really actually remember them saying explicitly that it was automatically locked up because that's just not how the protocol works. So that was interesting to see, and I remembered it after seeing it because I've been holding since the first or second week of Safemoon's existence. So I did remember that. So that was interesting to see kind of come to light again. Nowadays, everyone understands the protocol and like how the liquidity pool tokens work. But yeah, I didn't really realize that they stressed the locking of it automatically that much because that wasn't really something you saw.
Well, and part of the reason you probably don't remember is because it changed so many times early on. They had a lot of different ways to define it and different people. I think, like you were saying, now everyone's kind of used to the verbiage, but maybe it just wasn't as well understood back then, or maybe they were just trying to find the right phrase to use for what they had. But it seemed to change multiple times. If you look at the old Wayback Machine and you just look at the white paper, it changes over and over.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. It was interesting to see that kind of discrepancy because, I mean, at the end of the day, that might have just been them trying to understand it. If they were just a marketing kind of people brought on because, like that team, John and them, they didn't write the protocol. So maybe they were just trying to understand it and using it weird. I have no idea because it definitely wasn't locked automatically. That just wasn't a feature in the contract. It just paired LP and gave the tokens away. So that was interesting to see. But yeah, good research, guys, on all that stuff. I saw you did some due diligence there. Interested to see what the response from everyone will be.
Matt, I don't know if you're there. I cannot approve anybody. Brain, I see you as co-host. I don't know if you can try.
I don't even see people requesting right now. I literally see no requests.
I can't even turn my mic on.
Who's Brian?
Can I ask a question, guys?
Oh, but now my mic's on? Yeah, this makes no sense.
Yeah, go ahead, Jay.
I was wondering what video are you guys talking about? Or where is this video that I can find it? Because I want to watch it, just out of curiosity.
It's on CoffeeZilla's YouTube channel. Go on YouTube and look up CoffeeZilla, and it's like the brand new video that came out like 10, 15 minutes ago.
By the way,
Awesome.
if anyone has contact with Thomas, I don't think he knows he blocked me on Twitter. Because I'd love to get a couple of these wallets figured out that he would probably have specific insight to.
Yeah, he was up here a minute ago. Were you not allowed to join because he was blocked? I'm not sure how that works.
No, I talked to him. I just didn't realize. I forgot he had blocked me because I reached out a long time ago trying to talk to him about this stuff, and he just probably didn't.
So I want to talk to you guys for a second. Safemoon Joe and Crypto Control have a different approach. Yeah, this is just FUD. Ignore it. Safemoon to the moon. I can't tell if you're being serious or not. Here's my approach, guys. You do how you feel. If you're bullish, wait for a good dip and buy. If you're done, do what you do. I don't want to convince anybody to do one thing or the other. And that's the problem with the community is they are trying to convince you to either sell or to buy. The maxis want you to buy and the other people want you to sell. And it's just like, let people decide for themselves. Some of these people who are talking bad about Safemoon are rug pullers and thieves, just saying, yeah, Mark didn't rug pull Surge. Surge got hacked. I know if you feel differently, that's fine. I'm not saying I have a pretty clear perspective on what happened. So if you assume that he did that and then stuck around and is trying to pay people back, which would probably be the first time in history that a rug puller stuck around to try to pay people back when they could have just left with millions, you're fine to have that assumption. But from that point on, if you're wrong about that, now you're perceiving the situation from a lie, and now you're judging the situation from a lie. Did Mark mess up on his contract? Yeah. Did he rug people? No, he didn't. And I know we want to discredit him just because, it seems to be saying something negative about the investment that we want to make us rich. But yeah, so let me just ask you guys real quick, and it's fine if you guys don't want to be here. Who watched the video? What do you guys think? Most of the community is saying this is old news. It's not a big deal. Well, let's just look at it. I mean, what is the information that's being portrayed? The information was that we know that Ben Phillips, the guy that was like literally on the team, was telling everybody, he was talking trash about people, about whales selling, and he was pumping the token and selling it at the same time. That's a big deal, guys. That's not a small deal. That's worth talking about for years. Let me read some of your comments real quick. Safemoon is skimming. Why isn't all this info in the hands of the FBI? Why isn't CoffeeZilla turned over this to them? He does do that. I don't know. Just because one case gets closed doesn't mean another one's not open. There might not be another one. I don't know. But I'm not going to assume there is or isn't a case. Honestly, everyone they got rid of was a waste of space. I just keep adding to my position. Yeah, that's fine. Like, do what you want to do. That's all I want on my channel, is for you to make your own decisions. Crypto Diamond says the new CoffeeZilla video released a couple of minutes ago is good. Waiting for the conversation he will be having with Papa. Papa was in here at the beginning of the stream. If you guys want to hear that, I asked Papa, said, hey, Papa, can you address Hank saying that John was wanting to rug the liquidity? And can you address the fact that the video claims that 5% of the tax, so 10% tax happens on BitMart. They're saying that 5% of that was not going to the liquidity. It was going to their wallets, is the accusation that he's making. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's your channel. Talk about what you want. No need to explain. Okay, William, I'll do that, man. Maddie says, problem with content creators like CoffeeZilla is they have a following, but also investors. This is also about control by manipulation, flow of money to aid favorite projects. Yeah, I don't get that perception from CoffeeZilla. I could be wrong. I just don't get that vibe. The other side has not been heard yet. Yeah, exactly. So the Safemoon team, I hope they can address this. Like I said, this is our money. This is our investment. This is our future when it comes to this particular project. It's my main YouTube that I do. So it's not a small thing for me, and I don't want it to fail at all. Guys, Truth, Crypto Control informed me about Evergrow early on, and my money times 4, all honest. You got an X4? Nice, man. If Safemoon a scam, it'll be the most doxed rug in crypto history. I have not watched the video, but I've downloaded it and will watch it. John, BitMart stuff is concerning. Yeah, I just want answers. I just want to know you didn't take from the LP. Because let me just say this, because, like, okay, here's the thing with Ben Phillips. Ben Phillips was pumping Safemoon, saying buy the dip, and saying these crappy whales selling, all the while he was selling, and it was discovered through his wallet address that he gave out to give people to get him to buy him Starbucks. So he gave away what he was doing on the blockchain. My thing is if this was happening to the liquidity pool during this entire time, where we've had promised the wallet, we were promised the exchange, the blockchain by the end of the year, and I know that delays happen, but I'm saying if big things are being promised and they're taking from the LP, that's the same thing as Ben Phillips was doing, as saying buy the dip while he's selling. Taking from the LP is taking from the price. It makes it more volatile and makes buys and sells have a bigger impact. So for me to remain as a content creator and as an investor, they need to show me that they haven't taken from the LP, or taken from the BitMart 5% that was supposed to go to the LP, and then I will be good to go to keep covering content and looking to the future of Safemoon. Does great research, and he's here for us. Thanks, Bruin88. I appreciate that. FBI got involved, and according to Papa, have already closed the investigation. They did say that, but that's one investigation, and that was really early on, and that doesn't prove that there's not one happening now. It also doesn't prove that there is one. I just wouldn't use it as a proof for either one. Honestly, the projects they are doing are great. In the future, Papa and the others were way too hyped. I'm trying to keep an eye if somebody real important comes up, because a lot of these guys just talk trash about Safemoon. So if CoffeeZilla goes up there, I'd like to hear what he has to say. So I'm trying to keep an eye on it. But I'll read your guys' comments a little more. Unfortunately, a hack and a rug pull are two different things. I just have personally... Yeah, if you... 100%. If you're like, hey, I got hacked, I lost my... I trust in you. That's totally understandable. But people saying it was a rug pull, it just doesn't make any sense when it comes to Mark's project search. Doxing is irrelevant if you walk away with enough money to disappear. Yeah. They are way too out in the open to be a rug. It does feel that way, right? It feels like you wouldn't open a business, right, if you were taking from the LP, unless you thought, oh, you can get away with taking from the LP. But who would open a business and go for the centralized route if you were rugging it, right? So it doesn't make any sense that John would do that. So that does seem to make it sound like, hey, this is not a big deal. There's just another context that needs to be proven. I've been worried about this for a while, guys. I was working on a video expressing that I was worried about where they get all their money from and if they've taken from the LP. And I decided after recording for 20 minutes today that I wasn't going to do it. And then CoffeeZilla posted his video. All right, let's chill calling it a scam or a rug pull, guys. Or I'll ban you. It's okay to feel that way, but don't spam my chat. We going back to pre-consolidation price. It's disgraceful Zilla is in that 24/7 space. They are trolls in there. How do you think that the team can disprove these allegations? You just show where the wallets went. I mean, you could show it had to go. It was supposed to go to the liquidity pool, right? So that 5% from BitMart shouldn't have gone anywhere except the liquidity pool. That's our money. If they list an exchange on BitMart and 5% is supposed to go to our liquidity pool, that's for us. The investor. That's not for the team. That's not for anybody else. So that's one thing that I just would like an answer on, you know. And I'm a nobody in this space. I'm a small YouTuber. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I just want to know the truth. That's really it. There might not be a whole lot of information. Usually when I do these streams, like stuff gets out of hand fast. Let me know if you guys see anything that needs to be shared with everybody, because that's kind of how these things go. I was just waiting to see if CoffeeZilla was going to come up and talk. Tell us how you really feel, Samantha. Don't sugarcoat it. If you ever seen the FBI investigate and find an issue, they mandate a cease and desist immediately without allowing further damage. It says protocol. Yeah, and it could have went through fine the first time. You know, maybe they're a business. You think they would be fine, right? They would have been able to start a business if that hadn't have gone well. So I'm definitely open to the positive, like, hey, this was supposed to go to liquidity pool, but we put it here towards the swap. Like, I don't know 100%. I just want to know. Not a rug pull. They insured the LP. They are working on multiple projects. Taken from the LP is like a business using profits to buy another profitable business. Yeah, that's really gray area for people to steal from you. So I'm open to that being a possibility, but that's a really gray area. Oh yeah, we're using this for business expenses, like my house, you know. Well, I needed somewhere to live. So I don't know. Let's go ahead and see what they're saying. Hopefully they aren't saying stupid things in here. I think no one's talking right now. So if you guys want to, at the very beginning, Papa came in space and people were asking him questions and then he left.
Are you guys in the blockchain?
I can hear you, Matt.
No, yeah, I'm just trying to fix my Twitter. So if anybody wants to request to come up, go ahead.
I thought CoffeeZilla was coming.
He's down in the audience, but I think he might be doing something else at the moment.
Yeah, I think we want to hear what CoffeeZilla has to say. Okay, I think their space just died, actually. Yeah, their space just died. I don't know, guys. There's one more video left with him talking to Papa. You know, like you guys said, at least it was a crazy ride. Like, if it ever does go downhill, at least it was a crazy ride. 24/7 space is a troll FUD group. Yeah, it definitely is most of the time I go in there, but occasionally. What did Papa say? He said he didn't observe anything that went against the law. I asked him, I said, Papa, there's a clip in that video where Hank says that you guys wanted to lock the liquidity, but that John wanted access to the liquidity pool to take. They're literally saying that John wanted to take out of the liquidity pool. And then Hank said they wanted to rug the liquidity. So that's kind of the accusations against John, right? And it's not, doesn't mean anything, but I meant, as an investor, you decide how you want to look at this, right? But like I said, this isn't the channel. If you're not wanting to look at anything negative, this is not the channel for you. Papa didn't say anything bad about John. He also said he didn't see any illegal or fraudulent activity during his time at Safemoon. He did say that, but they also talked about how he didn't want to talk about what happened with the 5% from BitMart. And then I also asked him, like, where do they get all their money from? Where did Safemoon get all its money? I mean, guys, they have very expensive stuff, millions of dollars being spent on things. Where do they get their money? Nobody can answer that question. Papa's not nuts. He might be wrong, and he might have played a role in getting a lot of money. I don't know, but don't just discredit people because you don't like what they're saying, whether it's good or bad. It's not a realistic way to approach a situation. Could some of that money been used for the advertising New York City billboard? That's why I asked. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where did we get the money from that? I just want to know. Where did we get millions and millions and millions of dollars to do everything we're doing? If at any moment the FBI identifies valid or questionable without resolve, they immediately invoke the cease and desist. This is an immediate action. What this means is the FBI is currently satisfied. As far as we know, Maddie, I just don't know if you could say fully that you know that they're not looking into it again or anything. Like, I hope that's true. You know, I don't just assume the worst or the best. You know what I mean? So that space stopped. I'm sure they're starting another one. But just a lot of FUD. The YouTubers quitting. Dave Portnoy said F Safemoon. It was the crappiest coin in the world. CoffeeZilla's putting out these videos. Safemoon's at probably one of its lowest points. Wouldn't you guys think? Do I have any moderators in here? I don't care. I'm just sitting here eating popcorn, enjoying the show. Money comes and goes, but I'll remember the show forever. What do you think, Control? I've been saying this for a while. Anybody who follows me into spaces, I've been saying, where do they get their money from? How do they have millions of dollars? And have they taken from the LP? If you can just show me that they've made money in a honest way and that they haven't taken from the liquidity pool, then I'm happy with the project, right? I'm still like, they for one, they have to get over the lawsuits and they have to prove that they didn't take from the LP, in my perspective as an investor. And then after that, they have to actually create something that's innovative and in the space to actually create enough volume to raise the price enough to combat all the whales we have. So, I mean, the odds are against them. The potential's there, though. That's why I don't say buy or sell or it's dead or it's going to make it, because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't like saying that. I think anyone who says that is dishonest. It's okay to say how you feel, but when you try to tell other people what to do and you say that it's for sure going to fail or for sure going to succeed, like, you're just lying to people at that point. CoffeeZilla should have stepped up and taken questions. I know, that would have been nice. Let's see if he goes into another space. I guess that space ended. They're starting up another one. Let me just hear what they're saying.
You guys wouldn't have anything to talk about if it wasn't for me. Jeez.
Settle down. Go take a piff or something or whatever the hell you do. Take a big swab.
Please kick them out.
Piff. Let's just be glad that we found out the truth about John.
So that's where I'm like, we have our maxis, which in my opinion don't provide a realistic perspective. And then we have the people that hate Safemoon. And I'm like, I don't feel like you guys provide a real perspective either way. Because one side assumes the positive and the other side assumes the negative, right? And you just can't do that. So I don't know. How do you guys feel? How do you guys feel about the video? And how do you guys feel about Safemoon? I must be nuts. No, imagine getting into Safemoon at the beginning. They are still way up from launch. It's all perspective at where you bought. Most people are way down. Safemoon's pretty far down. Unless you got in like real early. I got in like April and I watched it go up a little bit and I was like, oh, hell yeah. Because, you know, I really was like really into Safemoon in the beginning. And then it's just been going down ever since then. So it's just been like, well, they're going to do the blockchain. Like they promised the blockchain, the exchange, all that stuff by the end of the year. And we got nothing. We didn't get anything. And I am one to definitely say, like, I understand a team saying, like, having goals and then running into issues. But it just didn't feel like that. There was no updates. There was no nothing. Instead, we lost everybody. And then for the birthday of Safemoon, we lost Ryan. There's so many negative things to Safemoon that are just real, unfortunately, as an investor. CoffeeZilla's teamed up with Fawns just to FUD on the project. Nah, he's not. I thought the reason the LP wasn't locked was because John said they were a tech company, so figured that money can be used towards advancing the project. You might be right. I don't know. I just thought that we should, if you're going to take from your liquidity pool, which is like the number one thing you're not supposed to do in crypto, number one thing you're not supposed to do that anybody immediately associates with the rug pull is taking from the liquidity pool. So I don't know. Let's see what's going on. I understand Fudders. Safemoon said we would get a wallet. We got it. Safemoon said we would have an HQ. We got that. But they said we'd have a bunch of things that we don't have as well. Like if you're going to be reasonable there. They said we'd have the exchange, the blockchain, and Project Phoenix announcement at the end of the year. Are you still holding Safemoon? Yes, I am. I told my girlfriend about this, and she said, you should sell. I was like, well, I'm not selling. It's easy to not sell when you don't have a massive bag. But on the other hand, it might be easy to not sell when you do have a massive bag because you've invested so much into it. This guy said, I will not watch Coffee Clown video on Safemoon. It's clickbait. I saw it 40 minutes of my life. I can't get back. I like Darren. Me and him are cool. So everybody's kind of just going to the traditional, like, it was a waste of time. Right now, it's quite straightforward, thankfully. We work on the products and we release them when ready. Then everyone can enjoy. We can't rush things out. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I know you need time to get your projects. I just want to know they didn't take from the LP. That's all I want, and I'm good. You should prove to me you guys didn't take money that was supposed to go to holders, and I'm back to making, you know, tokenomics videos and the new burn and all that stuff. So how do you take the opportunity now? Some solid reassurance would help. We already watched that one. Okay. Let me see what's going on. I ain't selling crap. Whales sold. Yeah. Well, I think it stopped. It went down to 6.4. Did it go down again? I don't even know. We'll see. Here's the thing. If you believe in Safemoon, then I would wait and hope that this thing dips super hard. If it keeps dipping and you believe in Safemoon, you got a really good buying price, right? But that's the thing with Safemoon is you don't know how long it's going to keep dipping. Like, that's what I was thinking, people. If you keep encouraging people to buy the dip, you're not helping people. Don't tell people what to do with their money. That's like the number one thing. Stop telling people to buy or to sell or anything. But you can't give a perspective and then end it with do what you want. And if I was to do that same thing, I'd say, look at how much, if you bought the dip right here, right here, right here, right here, you would have saved a lot more money and got a lot more tokens if you had bought right here. And because Safemoon's been going down for so long, everybody who was buying those dips all the way down were just feeding the whales on their way out. And the risk was if Safemoon takes off, we aren't going to have these cheap prices. And that's true. That's always a thing. There might come a time where people think, oh, it's going to keep going down. And that's when it finally takes off. And they're like, damn it, I missed my chance to buy more. So it's everybody's choice to gamble and risk what they think. I would just keep in mind that, you know, the trend, the downward trend, and, you know, invest according to your beliefs, right? Safemoon has a promising future like any other company. Again, I'm on the fence, but if they did take from the LP to acquire greater projects, and okay. No discovery of foul action. It means good on Safemoon. Just went back to 72. I'm not selling. I'll buy back soon on news they can address issues. If the FUD is not true, then this dip will benefit anyone who buys it big time. Yeah, for sure. 100%, yeah. Would love to get $1 million at $100. Yeah, I know. Imagine that, right? There was no transaction hashes provided by Zilla. How sure is he about the wallet holders' names? Let them explain. Like in court, you need to listen to both sides. 100% Arrow. I'm there with you. I'm open to listening to Safemoon's side. I've been asking them where they get their money, and like nobody answers that question except for Thomas says that they make money off the market makers for exchange listings. I was like, does that account for millions and millions and millions of dollars that you guys got and that the team has to do what they want with? Also, Safemoon has one of the best positions in the space to do anything. They have so much money. They have so much influence. If they don't succeed, if they don't make something big in the space, then they're, you know, one of the worst companies to ever exist. You have all the resources you need. You're hiring the best people. You got John Mann's team. You're hiring all these people. In that perspective, it's like, in one sense, it seems like, how could they not succeed? And then from the negative perspective, it feels like it's all doomed. It's all done. So it just kind of depends on where you stand. I remember at one point John saying in AMA, I believe, that they won't lock the liquidity pool because that was old way of thinking. As a tech company, they need to move funds for business purposes. Yeah, if they do that, then they should tell us that, and we should know about that. That would be transparency, because if they don't tell us and they say it's for business purposes and they pay themselves with it, then they're stealing from us. If they did that. I'm not saying they did. Exactly. I'm not buying anymore. Yes, this dip would be amazing if it takes off, but big gamble. Yeah, it's up to everybody to do what you want, you know. I'll be honest. I want to see how this plays out. And if the price keeps going down, I probably would get more at some point because of the potential they have. Like, they have huge potential. It's just whether or not they make something happen or not. Okay, buy more, guys. Me out of chat. All right, Samantha, catch you later. Back in, but waiting till specific price. Safemoon makes big, ambitious goals, but they probably realize they are harder than anticipated in order to be compliant with their project goals. Yeah, they're trying to stay within compliance. Hope John Crony addressed all these issues. Yeah, I hope he does too. Papa and Hank haven't been squeaky clean before. It's a very interesting perspective that the video gives, because it gives the life of Safemoon, which was that in the video, if the information is all accurate, that what was his name? Kyle Dougie or something. Safemoon dev copied the contract for that project called B, changed the tax from 5% to 10%, and then things got out of hand. So he brought on everybody else. They brought John on. Somehow John became the leader and had the say over where it was going. Everybody else disagreed with John. A lot of people don't like John that worked with him. That doesn't mean that either one is right or wrong, but that's just everybody that's leaving is saying that. They don't like John. Whether it's because he's a good boss or a bad boss, I don't know. But the entire lifespan out of it, how much did Safemoon dev take out of the project? How much did Ben Phillips take out of the project? That's not old news. That's a huge thing. That it's not like, oh, that's old FUD. It's like, no, that was our money. That was our, that was them taking tons of money from us, the investor, while we're trying to get a project to succeed, and we're buying dips. We're all agreeing to buy on a certain day, and we're putting in videos and effort to win polls and stuff. You guys are taking money out. I'm getting pissed just thinking about this when it comes to Safemoon dev and Ben Phillips. You guys are taking money from us while we're putting in so much effort and belief in you guys to make this happen. And if anybody else was doing that, I'm done. Like, I'm done. I don't know about you guys, but I'm done. If I find out anybody else left on the team was doing that, I really hope it's not, though. They just need to clear the air on that. All right, William, I'll catch you later. John needs to release all the wallet addresses and be transparent. I would like this to be addressed. The thing is like there's two things. Well, actually, there's maybe three that I can think of. One is that he can't address it, which I don't see how you couldn't address it and say, here's the funds, here's what we did with it, it went to this, here's all of it, I'll show it all on the blockchain, right? I don't really see why you couldn't do that. Yeah, I don't see any reason why that couldn't be done. And the only reason that you wouldn't do that, in my perspective, is because you had something to hide. So we'll have to see what happens. I'm always open to being wrong, though. Safemoon is dropping like a lead... Is it really dropping that hard? I don't think so. What's it at now? It's been sitting around the 6.4, guys. Okay, yeah, it dropped a little bit. It's not like too insane. Yeah, and like, I like Darren. I respect Darren. My questions don't really have anything to do with the video other than what I've been saying the entire time. Where do you guys get your money from? And have you taken from the LP? That's all I want to know. Have you taken that from the LP for personal reasons? I mean, they have millions of dollars. How do they pay themselves? You know, why does nobody answer that? Can somebody in the chat answer that? Where do they get all their money? Somebody please answer that question. He worked on this for a year. So everybody's roasting CoffeeZilla. And yeah, I don't trust their reasoning abilities. A lot of people within the Safemoon army have demonstrated that you can't trust their reasoning abilities. So how much did RBTC Flavors Crew Matt and Mark pay CoffeeZilla to produce that video? What a joke. See, I get along with Chris, but we don't view Safemoon the same way. I don't view it as a guaranteed success, and I think he does view it that way. Let me check out your guys' comments. I don't know what to do with this space. I'll probably end it soon unless something crazy happens. But I just kind of wanted to, for one, get what Papa was going to say. I have an interview with CoffeeZilla where him asking me about Safemoon, so I think I'll probably release that probably tomorrow. It's not like anything revealing, but it's at least him asking me about Safemoon, and I'll probably just give my perspective on it. Thank you, YouTubers, for doing the dirty work of getting people to sell. Safemoon dead, guys. Oh man, this does hurt my chest. Damn, John needs to be open dialogue with the community. We'll see. Let me check Discord real quick and see if anything's being addressed. They never address these things. They usually put out like one tweet that says nothing's happening, everything's fine. You know what I mean? So I guess we're just waiting for that. So another interesting thing is like, let me just, do you guys think that Safemoon would survive if John left? If somebody else we didn't know about took over Safemoon, do you think it would survive? Just as a hypothetical question. Stay strong, Safemoon Army, live your best life now. Not first or last time Safemoon will fall. This is Crypto. Y'all a bunch of babies. Thank you, Axel. I appreciate your deep insight. We are a bunch of babies. Bottom line is John needs to address this issue ASAP. The longer he's quiet. I don't know if he needs to address it ASAP, but I definitely, I would like to know, you know. It's more likely that we won't get any answers, you know what I mean? And the project will just move forward, which might be the best thing for the project. I don't know. John will not leave the Mormon Church as financing the operations. Yeah, that's a speculation, right, John? Unless you have proof of that. It's possible, but it's speculation. Is the Mormon Church funding Safemoon? I doubt they're giving away millions of dollars for us to waste in ad revenue. I highly doubt that. Or not ad revenue, but in ads and billboards and buildings and all this stuff. If we're not making a profit, I doubt people or organizations are willing to just pour millions of dollars into that. Like, logically speaking, the most realistic perspective is that they are making money off of either being a market maker, exchange listings, or possibly some, like, obviously the worst thing possible in my perspective would be if they're making money out of taking from the LP. Safemoon needs John. I think John's vision for the community will live on, but not the token. Zilla isn't ever balanced. Did he mention John being screwed over by Hank? Nope. Or those two blocked by Safemoon? There's a full story. Everybody has a perspective, right? Matt Mugno says, very painful, but it's only a loss when you sell. But it's getting tempting to sell, take the loss, and buy back in. I mean, I don't have a huge bag. I'm not rich. I don't make a ton of money off YouTube. YouTubers don't make very much money unless you're big. So I'm holding. I'm holding till the end, right? That's my kind of thing. If you have a bigger bag, it's probably harder to take that perspective. It's just an ulterior motive against John. Yeah, everybody just starts speculating. And their speculation is just not realistic. It's kind of hard to look at. Okay. No, I know they do, John. I just don't think they would waste it on a token. Like, why would they do that? I mean, okay, so I'll be honest. They might. If the Mormon Church was funding Safemoon because they knew that it might be potentially funding the Gambia or something, because the Mormon Church with the the group, the Barahali group. They call it Barajali, and to me, if that's how you pronounce that, that's dumb. I'm just gonna call it Barahali because that doesn't sound as stupid. The Barahali group that, you know, John's parents work with, that Charles went to work with when he left Safemoon. He said he left for school, and then a week or two later, Ryan left because he didn't like the structure that he was seeing within Safemoon or the direction that Safemoon was going. Which there's a lot of incentive to not crap on Safemoon because it turns people on you and they try to destroy you, right? As a YouTuber, as an influencer, as anybody, you crap on Safemoon, then they try to destroy you because you're trying to destroy them being rich, and that's why they attack you. It's not necessarily the love of, you know, helping people. I like to point that out. It's not like everybody's here because we care about we're helping children in the Gambia. Like, nobody's focused on that. Everybody just wants to be rich, and that's their idea of being rich is fueling their hatred for people that counter that idea. I'm being a little severe. I want to be rich too. I mean, I don't want to be rich, but I don't want to have to work for somebody else, because obviously that sucks, right? So everybody's crapping on his video and saying it's a terrible investigation, what a boring video it was. I don't think that's an honest approach to that video. I really don't see it that way, but that's okay if other people do. I meant the video had Hank saying that John wanted to rug the liquidity. The video had a leaked call of Hank saying that they didn't want the liquidity to be locked. You guys watched it, right? Let me just re-chat for a second. I'm probably going to end it soon. Faith, ask yourself if you really want the new employees to interact with the army. What good has that done in the past? Can we look up John's address and look at some of his transactions? Hey, what's up, Hippo? I haven't seen you in a while. I don't know if that would really show anything, but that would be not a bad thing to do, right? Missing my tool. Oh, hey, Mitch. Yeah, I wish I could grant that to you. I owe that to you. I would have to do that real quick. CoffeeZilla, Core Harrison, some other roundtable, and etc. are releasing negative videos about Safemoon. Is this a coordinated attack? No. CoffeeZilla doesn't know who the roundtable or Core Harrison is. CoffeeZilla looks up what he thinks are scams and he makes videos on it. Safemoon's one of the biggest cryptos in certain aspects, so he's covering that. Core Harrison doesn't make Safemoon content. She just announced that she was selling hers. The roundtable got attacked by the Twitter space, and they felt, even though it was a small voice in the Twitter community attacking them, they felt like betrayed by Safemoon, I think, because they promoted Drip separately. Hey, yeah, I changed my name to Fumbles, so that's me in Discord. Okay, nice, man. A lot of these guys were working 80-hour weeks. I don't blame them for losing their marbles when they had millions at their fingertips. Yeah, it's kind of like, what would we do in their situation? I bet a lot of the Safemoon army would do just what other people have done. Where all the other YouTubers, they have covered the same tweets for weeks. Something new comes out and they all late to the party. I don't know. Well, RJ's done with Safemoon content. Adam Bergman's done with Safemoon content. Who do we have left? Moonboy's done with Safemoon content. We got Joe. You got me, and I'm not posting as much at the moment. You got Crypto Atlas. You got JWK Show. Hey, Crypto Control, do you feel Safemoon can stay strong? I think the potential's there, yeah. If the video does anything, it keeps people in check, and people are watching the unregulated DeFi space very closely. Glad to be here with you, CC. Hey, what's up, Zero? How's it going, man? Keep in mind, Hank and Thomas and Kyle all turned against John. Of course, they're all going to try to drag John down with them. Everybody except for John has lost credibility. That's one perspective. That's one way to look at it. The thing is, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And we always assumed. We assumed everything was great. Then they left. We assumed Papa was the GOAT, and then he left. We assumed that Papa was staying after he said, I'm not effing leaving, and then he left, while calling everybody who said that he was leaving a futter. We need to stop assuming the best about Safemoon. That's what I would like to see. Like, clearly, that method of logic has backfired every single time. Don't assume the best about John. Hold him to the same standard you hold everybody else to. Dartman Tim, yeah, you got Tim. You know, one of the best. Crypto Control Wrench. Yeah, I'd have to do something to give that to you. I'd have to pull up YouTube to give that to you. Didn't Dartman Tim did a video once about what company take part of funding some part of Safemoon? I'm not sure, Koyan. The Brady Bunch left Safemoon after scamming with Drip. Yeah, see, I don't think that was a scam either. Like, I don't know if Drip's a good project, but I think turning on them because they covered a different project is not logical. Like, how quickly do you turn on your family if they do something you disagree with? And that's what we see. We see Safemoon super divided, from the Discord to the Reddit to the Fudders to the Maxis to the YouTubers to the Twitter Spaces. We look really bad because we're not united. KVI Beats, CC, what are you doing with your Safemoon? You still be? I'm holding my Safemoon. I don't have a lot, so it's easy to make that decision. I only have like 1 million Safemoon because I'm not rich. Crypto Factor gets more and more credibility as time goes on. Papa was a fake, can still be knowledgeable, but he didn't produce the goods. Thomas Hank Kyle were stealing from Safemoon, and I don't know why people keep turning to them for info. Come on, guys. So when you say don't turn to them for info, there's a lot wrong with that. You know what I mean? It's like, that's not, you're not being very logical, and I'll show you why. Cops, they interview people and they listen to what they're saying, not because they trust every single person they interview, but because they're also putting a whole story together and they're listening for inconsistencies, and they're watching to see if somebody gives away whenever they're lying or trying to hide something. People, if you're against acquiring information, then you have created the inability to look realistically. That's all it comes down to. You know, if you were doing an investigation, you go, no, don't listen to that guy. They'd be like, what? Why not? We can at least hear him out. It's the people that want to suppress the flow of information, that have something that's causing them to willfully blind themselves to information that they don't want to hear. And clearly the information here is, we don't want to hear anything that could lead to the failure of Safemoon. That's fine if that's your perspective. I'm not going to, judge you or say you're an idiot. I'm just going to disagree with it and, say that's not how I think you should look at things. Don Bailey announced that he will be coming out with his own Safemoon YouTube channel. Yeah, anybody can make a YouTube channel. There's plenty of room. If you want to talk about Safemoon, make a channel. Anybody can do it, guys. What was Papa really doing if John decided to take a different route for the blockchain? I don't know. That's a good question, Marty. Hey, what's up, Blair Stevenson? It has been a while. How you doing? It's good to see you guys. I kind of miss you guys. I kind of miss making videos for you guys. I was working on a video talking about how I'm today. I could play the audio right now about how I was worried about where they get all their money from for Safemoon, how I'm worried about the liquidity, how I'm worried about the lawsuits, how there seems to be, the community is so divided against itself that we don't give a good look to Safemoon, but that it still has potential to, in my opinion, Safemoon has potential to die, and Safemoon has potential to succeed. And I think that if you assume it's going to die or you assume it's going to succeed, like, you're just not being realistic. You can't perceive information correctly because of that assumption. The moment I made another buy, Thomas, I love you guys. We will get through this. Seems like he still sees a future no matter how long. Crypt, thanks for your content for this live stream. I say when fear is around, that is when you buy. Yeah, right? Do the opposite of what everybody's doing. I don't want to influence anybody to buy, sell. Just do it. Make up your own mind. Don't listen to anybody else. Papa literally said he held no Safemoon and then said he did hold Safemoon. No, not donations, actual holdings. He lied. There did seem to be some kind of weird message there. CC, when's your new coin? I'm working on a new token. Same thing I say about Safemoon. I don't want anybody to buy it. I don't want anybody to not buy it. I just want you to decide for yourselves. It's a token designed for the people, and it has a lot of really cool ideas, but it'll be a while before I announce that. But I can't wait for you guys to see that. And no, it's not a scam. But like I said, it's up. I think you guys are smart people, adults. I think your brain is not, I don't think your brain's stupider than mine. And I don't think that you don't have logic. So I think that you can figure out whether or not you want to risk money on different projects. You know what I mean? We can tell you about projects. We're not forcing you to buy anything. So if you don't trust me, if you don't believe in my vision for a project, don't follow me into it. I don't want anybody to buy into it. I just want people to decide for themselves. But the project will sell itself. When you hear about this, you will be excited. You will want in on it for the most part. I know most people will. Anyways, that's enough about what I'm working on. It's still like early in the works. Thank you. Everything you're seeing is so level-headed. We needed more of this. Damn, I'm watching the price just tank. Is it still going down? don't know. It was at 6295. Okay, it seems fine. I mean, it went down a lot, but no major movement right now unless the chart hasn't been updated. Oh, let's okay, so CoffeeZilla just posted, watching Safemoon investors defend the people who stole for them is as embarrassing as it is predictable. This is his opinion. The Safemoon prayer, it didn't happen. If it did happen, it wasn't that bad. If it was bad, it wasn't John's fault. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to laugh at this. If it was John's fault, it's old FUD. If it's new FUD, I still support John. That's his perspective on Safemoon. And you got it, guys. The thing about CoffeeZilla is, as much as people don't like it, he has a very realistic approach to Safemoon. I'm not saying he's right, but he has no desire to make them look good or bad. Here's Chris says, as for Thomas speaking, the hell with Thomas Smith. We launched his ass in December for making false statements. Thomas said that John's phone was hacked, and then Chris Harris launched him. My perspective on that, and I'm cool with Chris Harris. Me and him are cool. I don't know how long that'll last if he changes his mind on me. But I don't think that Thomas would just lie about something like that for no reason. But then again, John did say my phone wasn't hacked. So one of them's lying, right? I don't know who is, though. Anyways, let me see what you guys are saying. I enjoy hanging out with you guys. I love you guys. It's been a great ride, and I've really enjoyed interacting with you guys on my videos and streams, and I do miss you guys. So the son of CIA agents and veterans will risk embarrassing himself and family illegally. It doesn't make sense, right, Raul? You're right, man. It doesn't make sense. I don't know what Luna 1 is, Steve. The issue in hand is credibility. You rather trust the guys who rugged in the past or flat out lied than the guy who hasn't lied one bit. John is credible. You don't know that he hasn't lied. And it's not that I'd rather trust one person over another. It's that I want to hear both people. I want to hear how they say it, what they say, and I want to form my own opinion. But the issue is not that. The issue is suppressing information, Axel. If you don't want the information to flow, it's probably because there's something you don't want to hear. And those are the kind of people that aren't willing to look at everything. CC let me in on pre-sale. I'm trying to do it as fair as possible, man. I don't want people getting a ton of tokens without paying any taxes. I really want this project to be super fair. CS says, isn't Evergrow proving that Safemoon isn't pushing as hard as they could have been? I would agree with that, CS. Imagine all of the profit and money that could have went to buyback and burn, that could have went to the investors. I would like to see Safemoon do that with their listings, with their profit from the utility, with their money. If you're getting a ton of money from an exchange listing, give that to the investors. They deserve it. Sure, take some money for yourself if the investors agree to that, but give it back to the investors. That's what projects should do. Profit from utility, back to the investors. I would be more suspect if a dev with access to Safemoon LP, John is not a dev, I would think he would have to be in collaboration with the dev to do this to the LP. It's an interesting perspective, Matt. Awaken One said this is all for the documentary. I talked to other YouTubers. I was like, man, when I was watching that video, I was like, am I going to appear in here just like, I was like, I don't want to, but, as a YouTuber, you're like, you might be someone that appears in the news or a video, like Joe has. Everyone is replaceable. So yeah, I knew it. CoffeeZilla was just in the chat to hear what Safemoon Army was talking about to then spread his narrative on Safemoon. That's your perspective. That's fine. Coffee is buying this dip. That'd be funny if he was like super smart investor, just tanking the price and buying the dip because he knows it's going to be huge. That'd be like 3D chess, right? I don't think he's invested, guys. Thomas chats too much. That's his biggest problem. He does talk. He talks to me, and he always appears to be very upfront. But sometimes when I try to ask him the tough questions, he doesn't quite answer it in the way that I'm asking it. So it kind of leaves you wondering, I went to law school with Chris Harris. Did you really? That's funny. Or you're making a joke. Okay, I'm an idiot. Totally want that buyback and burn feature for Safemoon. Yeah, Safemoon, like, come on. Dude, let's do some buyback and burn on a much bigger scale with our money. Remember, John did not create the token, only took over it. Anonymous Safemoon dev created. Yep. How do you feel about promoting something that turned out to be a scam? I don't think it's turned out to be a scam. Okay. You could make the argument that Safemoon in certain aspects has scammy aspects when it comes to old people who used to be on the team. As far as John, I don't think anything's proven that he's done anything wrong. Also, when I talk about Safemoon, I talk about what it could be, and I never say buy or sell. I said it could go down. So how do I feel about being honest about my approach to Safemoon? I feel fine. The evidence is damning, Adrian says. Brett, Safemoon Soldier, is going to be famous. Yeah, he made it into that video. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. Exactly, Lego. Who said it's a scam? I mean, people say it all the time, so I don't know. Could do with the swap and evolve. Yeah, they are doing it with the swap and evolve, guys. They're adding buyback and burn to swap and evolve. If you guys didn't know that, they're linking the Safemoon Connect and different profits into the swap and evolve, which will have an outside profit going into it. Holy cow! I'll probably be getting off soon, but this felt like a big thing, and I worry sometimes people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're covering FUD, you're a FUDder." I worry about that, but at the same time, I'm like, we're all in this journey together, and I just I kind of want to get with you guys, hear what you guys are thinking, give my opinion, hear some feedback, and just say how I'm feeling, so that we can all kind of just come together during the time. You know what I mean? Why is that there? So let's see some of the responses to him. Like, watching regurgitated old stuff from 2021. That seems to be the defense. Oh, that's old news. And it's like, it's so worth talking about. They took millions of dollars. The guy who was on the team, Ben, took millions. Safemoon Dev took millions. That's old news. That's a big deal. Some people just want to get rugged. Oh, man. This kind of just took over my day a little bit. I was just laying down because I wasn't feeling great. Anyways, let me see what you guys are saying. I don't think there's a whole lot happening. Okay. Ready to add more? Yeah, if you want to add more, if you believe in it. See how I take that approach? Like, hey, if you don't believe in it, that's fine. If you believe in it, that's fine. If we all just took that approach, you know how much more of a positive community we would look like? But no, it's got to be like, oh, you don't believe in Safemoon? It's like you become like worse than Hitler in people's eyes if you don't believe in Safemoon. You're just a idiot fudder. And same thing the other way. If you believe in Safemoon, then you're drinking the Kool-Aid, and it's like, dude, let people do what they want with their beliefs and their money. As long as they're not attacking people. That's the problem, is like, let's stop attacking each other. It's okay. CoffeeZilla meticulously put that video together very surgically, and the outro was serious. He's a good YouTuber. He's a good content creator. That's why he has 1 million subscribers. People that still buying are retards. Okay, Kevin. See, I don't think you're a retard. It could go up. We don't know. We don't know if it'll go up or not. Oh my god, I just watched the recent video of CoffeeZilla. I feel so stupid and I lost so much money. I am going to... Don't say stuff like that, Mowgli. So I'm still holding, guys. I still have my 1 million Safemoon that I spent more money on than getting at today's price, obviously. If that tells you anything, I'm not selling my Safemoon. Papa just said that John Karani is a fraud and someday it will be a good documentary on Netflix. I don't know if he specifically said that. Did they take millions or manipulate to make millions? That's a good question, right? We need to know the actual information. CC, I know you like passive income. Have you looked into... No, I haven't looked into that. Thomas straight up told you, brother, that they got paid from the LP. Oh, hey, Trades. How's it going? Thomas straight up told you, brother, that they got paid from the LP. Did I mishear him when I asked him that question? Trades... Maybe I misspoke, misheard him. Yeah, trades. What exactly did he say? Maybe I'm not remembering it correctly. I don't have a very good memory. Who you working with? With the token? Yeah, I'm not gonna say that yet, but I can't wait to tell you guys about it. That's it. That's all I'll say. What's with the lawsuits you mentioned? I've been asleep on the news. Nothing, just the lawsuits we know about. So I haven't been talking about this, guys, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, like we paid celebrities to promote Safemoon. Is that a big deal for Safemoon being a company? I don't know. I would think that would possibly open you up to be sued, right? Can somebody tell me that? Can someone tell me if it was proven that we paid Jake Paul and other celebrities to pump Safemoon and then paid them and then they dumped their tokens? Could Safemoon be sued for that? I mean, technically you could sue somebody for anything, so I don't know. Mobile Trade says he mentioned market makers and sexes. He was roundabouting it, but he knew what he was saying. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't directly saying what CoffeeZilla said. Like, he was saying market maker, but he wasn't saying, like, they took 5% that was designated to our LP. So the 5% tax from BitMart, if I'm understanding correctly, should have went to the PCS LP, right, guys? And it didn't. That's our money. That's an agreement. Otherwise, it could have just said 5% to the team. And if that was taken, then, like, yeah, I mean, they stole from us. That's what it comes down to. 100% agreed. And Mobile Trades is a lot smarter than me. If you want to trade, you could jump on a call with me and explain your perspective to the stream. Mobile Trades is a really smart guy, guys. He mentioned market makers. This ain't right. Time to put up a fight. I think, yeah, John should just clear the air about all this. Once this is done with no more games, riddles, cryptic messages, we need utility. Exactly. I mean, that's where we're at. They finally stopped doing promises and stuff after the birthday thing. Safemoon doesn't want to feed into CC. They will take a step back, look at the situation, and come out with a response. Yeah, I think they are. They usually take their time and then finally put out a response, yeah. F CoffeeZilla crap. Okay, Angry Troll. That's okay, man, if you feel that way. So do you think the Moby Dick dip was all of them? I don't know. I don't know. It seems to be, I don't know, man. There's no way to prove. It's just wallets, you know what I mean? It doesn't have their names attached to it. Unless somebody really smart uses social media that they leaked their wallets to prove which wallet was being sent to. And we only have so much information on that. Thomas says he can explain it all, but I don't know what the truth is. Relax. Try not to call each other idiots. That's something I don't support. You can just be respectful to people. If you can't do that, then I'm going to ban people. It's not that hard to be respectful. Yes, that's proven Jake got payments from Safemoon. There's also a video from Coffee about it. Exactly, Super Posse. I don't know how big of an effect that could have on Safemoon if they get sued for that, or if they would lose that lawsuit. I don't know. Yes, maybe probably would need a hold for a period of Safemoon tokens. Let me check some real quick, guys. Okay. Me and my girlfriend are about to go get some food. I feel that Safemoon will end up like that happy token. I actually never heard about that one. Yes, maybe probably would need a hold period of Safemoon token. Problem is many people who came into it are part of Hype Train. If they are trying to be professional company, people won't like slow progress. Do you feel they were stealing from us when they shut down those 25 wallets once the army realized what was happening? I don't know, Steven. I don't like assuming the worst or assuming the best. And I think we have way too many people in our community that do both. They assume the worst and they assume the best. And you can't trust either of those people's opinions because they're not able to look realistically at a whole, at all the information. If you were streaming later, I could hop on. At the moment, I can't. Sorry about that. You're good, Mobile. I always appreciate your feedback. And I'm sure you might put out a video or something or a post. It was just if you felt like it and weren't busy. There's no pressure. When do you think we will get the Safemoon card, and what makes it better than the CVC card other than staking? I have no idea, Craig. I have no idea, man. I'm sorry. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. Number one rule. That's right, Mitch. I mean, that's the thing, guys, is like you can make money off of bad projects. You know what I mean? That's why we're here, is to make money. People have invested probably in rug pools that made money because they got out in time, right? CC, I don't know if you see my comment early. Have you looked into... Yeah, I don't like talking about other projects on a stream. I haven't looked into that. Wait, what happened? Hey, Craig Bennett, how's it going, man? Glad you are on live today. Yeah, I kind of miss you guys. I kind of miss making content for you guys on a daily basis. It's kind of what I built this channel off of, so it's a big deal. Safemoon's a big deal to me. It's been my job for a while, you know? It's not like, oh, I want Safemoon to fail so that my channel that I built off of it is gone too. You know what I mean? I mean, I could still talk about other cryptos and stuff, but I don't want Safemoon to fail at all. But I'm not going to blind myself to information because of that. You know what I mean? Watch John shuts down Safemoon because of everything that has happened. Slow rug, complete. Yeah, I don't know. John could come out and have an explanation and shut down the FUD. I think that's what I'd like to see and what other people would like to see, right? Rugs typically happen within weeks of launch. Safemoon is over a year old and delivered a number of things. If this is a rug, that's the most productive one there is. Yeah, I don't think it's a rug, right? And it's weird to call it a rug because here's the thing. Rug pulls are usually hyping up a project, getting people involved, taking it all, disappearing, deleting everything. Now, I'm just providing a possible. Now, it would be so dumb. It would be just the dumbest thing in the world to take Safemoon and centralize it while you're taking from the LP. You know what I mean? Like having a headquarters. It doesn't make sense. And it seems to make a point that John does have an answer for this. Like I feel that way. It's like there's no way he's dumb enough to take from the LP. And the only answer there is like maybe he thought he could get away with it if he was doing it. Or the answer is he has a good answer of what happened to the money that should have went to the LP. I don't want to assume either way, and I'm just waiting for information to come out from him or from other people who are willing to look at that information. Great, Gooch. Thank you so much for the $2, man. I really appreciate you. Dude, have been sick for 2 weeks. What the F is going on? Why is everyone freaking out, people leaving? Yeah, if you want to know, Great Gooch, go to CoffeeZilla on YouTube and watch his video. Watch this video, and you'll understand what's going on. It's not a huge deal. It's just him going over why Safemoon formed, who profited off of it, why do they have millions. And there is 2 pieces of new information in here. Everybody's saying it's old news. No, it's not. There's 2 pieces of new information in here that nobody knew about. And one of those is a leaked clip, and this sounds really bad, right? One is a leaked clip of Hank saying that John wanted access to the liquidity pool. I mean, should I just play that? I mean, me and my girlfriend are getting ready to leave, but that's just how it is. That's just an accusation by Hank. It doesn't prove that John did anything, but that is a clip in that video. The other thing is that basically 5% of the BitMart fee was apparently supposed to be going into our liquidity pool, and somebody needs to look at the wallets and figure out where it went. If it didn't, because it's supposed to go to our liquidity pool on PancakeSwap, which helps, liquidity helps volatility. It helps the price not go down as much when sells happen, but it also helps the price not go up as much when sells happen as well. But basically, if you take out a lot of liquidity, then what happens when sells happen? The price goes down a lot. So liquidity is important, right? That's what's going on. Great, Gooch. Thank you for the $4, man. I really appreciate that. I know everybody's hurting. Inflation, gas prices, crypto's down. Times are not good. Thank you for the $2, dude. I really appreciate the $4. If this was a rug, it would have happened when it was at a market cap of $6 billion. Sticky fingers. So yeah, the other perspective I was giving is, and I don't think this is true, but if you have continual money flowing in and you have what you feel is a safe way to get money out of that project, then you could keep it going if you thought you could get away with it. So there's multiple ways to rug a project. While it seems stupid that they would do anything like that, right? But it's not enough to assume that they didn't. John, simple explanation was only it's FUD. I mean, there is a lot to explain. Safemoon was a rug pull, they would have done it, went to all-time high. Well, if they're just taking from liquidity, then they're not going to pull all of the BNB out of liquidity. They just have to, take from what should have went into the liquidity. to all-time high. Reggie Fuzz every single day. But to make a company out of it, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I would like to hear John's explanation. Oh, that is what is going on. So I asked on Discord about it. They said it was Safemoon Dev paying the YouTuber, and at the end of the YouTuber was scamming his viewers. Yeah, they're not being realistic. You just got to watch that video. Papa is obviously lying because he is out and new codes are used. Simple. Price is going up. Yeah, you guys can tag me and stuff, and I'll show it. Let's see if there's anything new really quick. Let's see if they put out any announcements or anything, guys. I'm probably about to end this just so you guys know. Yeah, I don't think that's a lot of unrealistic perspectives in my opinion. I'm willing to be wrong, but just you can't trust people's approach to the information, whether it's too negative or whether it's too positive. It makes it unrealistic, right? Almost a year of work. I think we lost it to more watching. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if there's a lot of new information now, guys. You read comments for a minute, and then I'm gonna jump off here. Buy more Safemoon. No, don't tell people to buy Safemoon. Don't buy Safemoon and don't sell Safemoon. Decide for yourself, right? It will go up because CoffeeZilla is buying it now. That'd be really funny if he did that. I'm pretty sure he doesn't like Safemoon, guys. Why didn't CZ talk to Ryan for info? That's a good question. I asked Ryan about this. I said, Ryan, I'm worried about where do they get their money from? I'm worried about the lawsuits. And he said, I don't think there's anything to worry about regarding the lawsuits. So Ryan did say that. I'll tell you guys that. I messaged him and he told me that. What food are you going to have? I have no idea. We might get pizza. We know this really nice pizza place, but it's a bit of a drive. But it's really good. Are you listening to Chris tonight? Oh, is he on tonight? Maybe. I'll probably be busy with my girlfriend. Usually when I spend time with her, I try to stay away from work stuff. Seems coordinated. People don't get the hands for this. Got the hands for this. Yeah, I don't think it's coordinated. This is just what he does as a YouTuber, guys. It makes sense why Ryan said what he said when he left. Yeah, I think Ryan was more so disagreeing with... Yeah, I mean, it could be related. You're right, it could be related. I think Gandalf jumped on the Twitter space, but I think he can't say anything useful. Okay. Not trust anybody, all are thieves. Well, that means I can't trust you. You just had some pizza? Yeah, I love pizza, man. At this point, I don't want to hear what John is going to say. I want to hear what the FBI are going to say. Yeah, everybody, you're all allowed to have your own perspectives. Just allow other people to have their perspectives. That's the one perspective that you should have, that I would encourage, is allow other people to feel how they want to feel as long as they are being respectful to other people. All right, guys. Hopefully nothing crazy happens to cause me to do another stream. I think we all experience this together when we feel the weight of something big happening, whether it's losing Ryan or losing Thomas or Hank, or, you know, whether it's something that nobody sees as a big deal and sees it as FUD, but some of us are concerned about it. I've been concerned about this way before this even happened, way before CoffeeZilla. I've been thinking about, I was like, where do they get all their money from? And nobody had any answers. So I've been very concerned about that before this happened. So this doesn't really help. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go and we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll just put out a video for some of the answers, or if it's big enough information, I'll do a live stream so we can all kind of come together and talk about it. I enjoy hearing your guys' perspectives and engaging and talking with you guys. Come on, CC, don't talk about getting busy with the girl, bro. What? No, like we do games and stuff. Of course we're gonna do that, but I wasn't specifically talking about that until you brought it up. They're talking, and we actually probably aren't gonna do that. I just watched the CoffeeZilla video. Very interesting. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Mitch Brahma with the $5. Thank you so much, man. You're awesome. I really appreciate that. I know times are hard, so a little bit of a couple bucks here and there helps me get by. I appreciate it. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Let me know. Tag me on Twitter if you guys find anything interesting, and I'll throw up a video or something once Safemoon responds. I'll probably put out in that video that I put out, I'm going to put out my interview with CoffeeZilla, which is not super revealing. It's just him asking me why I got into Safemoon. So I'll at least share that with you guys. And then I'll give my opinion on Safemoon. But I'm going to wait for a response from Safemoon on the subject first before I give my full perspective. And thank you so much, guys. I'll catch you guys later. You guys have a good one.